Now let's sit up nice and tall in our chairs. Welcome everyone to our chair fitness class. We're going to sit tall, bring the hands over the sides, and focus on some good low abdominal breathing. Inhale into the lower abdomen. Exhale slowly, keeping our posture nice and tall. Relaxing the shoulders. All right, and we're going to close. Take a nice breath in. Slowly out. Very good. All right, let's start warming up the hands and feet. We're going to squeeze the hands and squeeze the feet, curling the toes, squeezing the fists, and then relax the tension. Let's do that again. We're going to squeeze and relax. And then let's squeeze and relax. Very good. Next, we're going to spread the fingers and also spread the toes. Relax. Spread the fingers and toes. Relax. And one more time. Spread and relax. Very good. All right. Next, let's just focus on the wrists. Let's flex the wrist and extend. So flex, extend. I'm going to go through all the basic movements of each of the joints to warm up. All right, very good. Now we're going to adduct and abduct the wrist. That means move to the side, both inward and outward.
Am I better off being on this side of?
Yeah, wherever is comfortable for you. Yeah, wherever you have space. Okay, shake it out. Very good. Next, the elbows. Just going to do a nice elbow flexion and extension, bending all the way and straightening all the way. All right, very good. Relax the shoulders and everything. Next, we're going to flex the shoulders. So that means come up as high as you can, and then extend the shoulders. Come back as far as you can. If you're able to bring your arms to the side of the chair, you'll get a little more range. So flex just to whatever height is comfortable, and extend. And try to keep your arms straight. But just do what feels comfortable for you. Don't force it into any position. All right, very good. Next, we're going to abduct the shoulders. That means come up, and adduct, come down. Abduct, adduct. Again, moving to the side. Very good. And relax, roll the shoulders. Nicely done. We got one more for the shoulders. Shoulders have what's called protraction and retraction. So protraction, we bring the shoulders forward, kind of rounding, and then retract, bring the chest forward. So shoulders forward, shoulders back. Think of gliding the shoulder blades as you do this. Gliding forward, gliding back, gliding forward, gliding back. Protraction, retraction, protract, retract. Very good. And actually, I lied. There's one more shoulder movement. We got elevation of the shoulders, shrug pattern, and depression of the shoulders, allowing the shoulders to come down. So elevate, depress, or lower, up and down, up and down. One more time. And so when all of those move together, that's how we can do, shoulder circles and things like that. It's actually a combination of those movements. All right. Let's go ahead and warm up the neck now. Gently tilt the head to the side. Lateral head tilt back to the middle. Go to the other side. Middle. And let's just repeat that a couple times. Middle. And other side. Middle. Very good. Now let's flex the neck forward, tilting the chin down toward the chest. And then gently bring the head up, extend the head. And I want you to think about, we can look up, but don't strain the neck. So just kind of keep the chin back, but you can gently look up without overly straining your neck. And then we're going to, again, flex forward, all the way down. And then gently back, gently up, and even looking up a little without straining the neck, keeping the chin kind of pulled back. One more time, look down. And looking up gradually. Back to the middle. Very good. And relax the shoulders. All right, next we're going to protract and retract the head. So our neck also does that. This is sometimes known as the turtle stretch. I'll show you sideways. So it's like our head comes out of the turtle shell and then tucks back in. Out and in. Protract, retract, protract, retract. One more time. Very good. Keeping that head kind of tucked in, we're going to look over our shoulder. Get a nice rotation of the neck. And come across and rotate the other way. Let's do that again. Come across, keeping that head pulled back, look over. And across to look over the other shoulder. And back to the middle. Very good. All right. And then again, through a combination of movements, you can move the head in a little circle. But just do a very light circle just to let go of any tension. And reverse directions. Right, very good. Roll the shoulders back. All right, we're going to work our way down. Let's get the spine. We're going to do a full spine flexion. So we're going to bring the chin down the chest, followed by the upper back, lower back, and hips. And then gently come up, gently from the hips, lower back, mid back, upper back, and neck. And let's repeat that again. Look down, curling the spine forward from the top of the spine down to the bottom. And then unfold the bottom up to the top. Very good. All right. And then let's do a full rotation as well. So we're going to look over the shoulder with our head and then follow with the spine. Do a little rotation. You can use your hands on your chair to assist. Try to look behind you and then unwind the neck or the back and then the neck and then look the other way. Neck and back, looking behind you. Unwind. Let's repeat that. So look over and turn. Unwind. Look over and turn. Unwind. Roll the shoulders back. Excellent. All right. Next, let's rock forward. This time we're going to keep the spine nice and straight, but we're going to practice that hinge pattern. So moving really the pelvis, tilting the pelvis forward, tilting the pelvis back. Keep the body straight. Forward and back. Keeping the head kind of tucked back. Middle. Good. All right, so that was tilting the pelvis. Now we're going to keep the pelvis stable, but lift leg. And let's just do one at a time. So this is called hip flexion. Flexing, bringing it back. We don't really, in a seated position, it's kind of hard to go into hip extension, which is bringing your leg backward. So we're just going to focus on good flexion of the hip, lifting that knee high. Oh.
You don't want this side?
Maybe the glare might be a second. But there's a space right here on this side. All right, let's go to the other leg. Flex and down. And right, I'm just hanging onto the chair. You don't have to, but just for stability of the body. So you can really focus on good movement. Thanks. Good clean movement of the hip. All right, relax. Very good. Okay, next let's work on abduction of the hip. And we'll do one leg at a time. We're going to just open the leg out to the side. Try to keep the hips facing forward. We bring the leg out and in as far as you can comfortably. Obviously, the chair is a little bit of a limiting factor, but just do your best. Open and close. Focus on that knee. Bringing the knee out, bringing the knee in. What sometimes happens, and you're all doing a really good job, but what I've done, if I don't clarify that, sometimes I see this. So you see the difference in movement. There's that. So right now, just abduction of the hip, moving that knee outward and in. Good. All right, let's go to the other leg now. So focus on the knee, bring that knee out and in. Keep the body facing forward. Good. Abduction, adduction. Bring the hip out and in. All right, very good. Now we're going to do one that is a little bit new, but it's rotation of the hip. So we're going to actually rotate the hip. We're going to do like a pendulum swing. Rotate the foot in and out, keeping the knee kind of in the same spot. So turn the knee sort of in, turn the knee out. But let the foot kind of float. So we're doing a little rotation of that upper hip. Rotating out, rotating in. Yeah, and you could also, if it's hard to lift, you could also, rotate with the foot down, but you will get a little bit more rotation of the hip if you can elevate the foot. All right, let's try the other side. So rotating outward, rotating inward, out, in. All right, relax. Good. Okay, we're going to move on down to the knees. Knees are easy. Knees are only supposed to move one way. Extend and flex. The two challenging areas of the body are your shoulders and your hips generally. There's a lot of ways that your arms and legs can move at that joint. Your knees and elbows, pretty basic. All right, switching sides. But still very important to have them properly working, making sure that you're getting full extension, so straightening the leg all the way each time, and bending back as much as you can. All right, very good. Okay, finally, let's get focus on the ankles. Ankle is another one of those joints that has a few different motions. So first, we're going to do plantar flexion, which is lifting the heels or really kind of pushing those toes downward. This would also be a toe pointing exercise. So if you couldn't want to use the ground, you could also point the toes, and that's called plantar flexion. It's kind of the same thing. So whatever you feel comfortable with. It's a little more functional, a little more practical doing it on the ground because we, walk on the ground. All right, and then we're going to do dorsiflexion, which is lifting the toes. And if you were lifting it, it'd be like pulling the toes back. It's that backward or upward motion of the foot. This is a really important one, especially for walking, because it helps us lift our toes. It's if our calves get too tight, it makes this motion a little bit harder to do, and then we become, more susceptible to tripping. So this is really important to keep those shin muscles strong. Lift those toes. All right, very good. We got one more type of motion of the ankle, and that's called inversion and eversion. Now, I think on the ground, it's again pretty easy to do. It's easier to do than elevated. So we're going to focus on inversion, which is turning the bottom of the foot kind of inward. It's kind of rolling the foot, basically, doing like a little foot roll. Just a little roll. It doesn't have to be a very big motion. Let's try that on the other foot. Nice little roll. Unintentional roll. We get in trouble when this happens unintentionally. That's when you can sprain an ankle. All right, very good. Next, we'll do inversion or eversion, which is the opposite. You're rolling the foot inward. So you're trying to make the bottom of your foot face outward, which is really hard to do. This is not an easy one to do. You'll see I'm moving my knee quite a bit, but I'm trying to tilt the foot outward. You got really good. Good job, Dorothy. It's a good eversion. You're doing it better than I can.
Like this?
Yeah, very similar to that one. Yeah, good. To the other foot.
I did both of them.
Oh yeah, you could do both at the same time too. Sometimes it helps more. I am very limited in this one for some reason. All right, with that in mind, because it's such a different motion, let's try it elevated. So we have the foot. So inversion, turn the feet, like the bottom of the feet, inward. Eversion, turn them outward. Turn inward, turn outward. So inversion, eversion. It's harder to kind of, with the ground gives you a little bit more feedback, so it's easier to do on the ground. When you're up in the air, it's a little harder. But still a good practice, good way to get those muscles working in different ways. It's a pattern that we don't practice. There's not a lot of movements that we practice this very much, but we have a lot of muscles that help with it. Okay, shake it up. Very good. All right, so we went through all the joints and how we move for the most part, all the basic motions of the body. Let's just kind of, with that awareness, go into a little walk, get some cardio done today. So march. Now, we're going to do this for about 5 minutes, a little cardio routine, but we're going to add a few movements. If you need to take a break at any point, feel free to. All right, so now we're going to work on some pressing while we're still keeping a march, if that's comfortable. All right, and let's go outward. Good job. And upward. All right, now we're going to do one arm, kind of a reciprocal motion. So reach with each step. Good job. All right, now we're gonna go outward. Coordinating with the step. Don't worry about which leg you're lifting. And upward. Great job. Keep it going. And just a regular march. Easy march. Breathe. Sitting up tall. Right. Okay, let's kind of keep that cardio going. We're going to bring our knees and feet together and do some jumping jacks or chair jumping jacks. So open and close. Open, close. Good job. Keep it going. Nice job. Okay, now we're going to do keep it going with some gentle reaches, and actually with the reach, let's reach with the opposite arm and leg. Think of reaching forward. Take a step and reach. Take a step and reach. Step and reach. Step and reach. Good job. Couple more. All right, now we're going to reach to the side. So for this one, we're going to counterbalance the opposite leg. We're going to reach to the side, come in, reach to the other side, reach, reach. Use your leg for balance. Help counterbalance. Almost. All right, back to a march. Just walk it off. Cooling down a little bit. We got about a minute and a half to go. All right, next, let's go for a swim. We're going to do some nice big strokes forward. Swim. Today would be a nice day to get in the pool. It's going to be pretty hot, I think. All right, let's do some back strokes, gently backward, just nice and easy. All right, and I think butterfly. All right, and then is it breaststroke? Let's do this one. Oh, I always think of like a frog, kind of frog swim. I was never a very good swimmer. I always joke in undergrad, my hardest class was the intermediate swim class. Kicked my butt. That was difficult. All right, very good. Roll the shoulders back, relax. Great job. Take a nice breath in, slowly out. And now that the arms are very, very warm, I'm sure from all that swimming, let's bring one arm across the chest, pull the elbow toward you. Try to keep your shoulder relaxed and neutral. Very nice. Switching arms. Very good. Reach over, scratch your back, push the elbow up. As high as you can. Got it. Very good. Switching sides. Scratch your back, push the elbow up. And relax. Very good. Roll the shoulders back. Bring one hand to the side of the head gently, very gently tilt the head. Slowly to the middle, switching sides, very gently tilt the head. Back to the middle, gently. Bring both hands behind the head if you can. Open the elbows wide. And you can think of leaning back a little bit, a little more stretch in the back as we open up the chest and shoulders. And relax. Very good. Roll the shoulders back. Nice job. Let's do one more for the shoulders. We're going to reach back like so. Try to scratch your lower back, but still stay tall. Probably feel that right in the front of the shoulder. And then relax gently. Other arm, gently reach back, but try to do so in a way that you're still staying tall. Don't sacrifice your posture for the stretch. And unwind gently, back. And lastly, bring your hands out in front of you. Open out to the sides, palms up. Very nice. And then bring your hands together. Get our prayer stretch. Getting the wrists, bottom of the wrist. Line. And let's do one more for the wrist. We're going to point the fingers down gently and apply pressure gently to the back of the hand. And relax, shake it out. Other side, point fingers down gently, very gentle pressure to the back of the hand. And relax, shake it out. Very nice. And then let's close with some gentle breathing. We will inhale, keeping our posture nice and tall. Exhale gently. Inhale. Slowly exhaling. And one more time. Inhale. Slow exhale. All right.